kitchen, I have this lovely hanging ornament, and on that there are these nice rods, and I ended up buying some hanging planters to go on that because I thought it would look really nice, and it does. I've had it here for like a year now, but I don't have any plants in there. So what I'm going to do today is put plants in the planters. Hi, and welcome to my channel, Sweeter Lifestyle. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. As I had said before, I have these planters that are hanging from the pot rack in my kitchen, and I like herbs, like fresh herbs, when I cook all my lovely vegan meals. But I don't have anything in the planters yet because I haven't gotten around to it. Well, today that's what I'm going to do. Now, mind you, I am not a gardener. So this is kind of like a trial thing for me. Yes, I have done herbs once or twice in the past, but very short-lived. And I had a small garden once, but this is going to be different. This is me really trying to make this work because I love having herbs in my food. So I'm just gonna start by getting one down, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. So this is the first planter that I've taken down. Now, the trouble with these planters, and that's the basic reason too why I haven't used them yet, is that there is no drainage hole on these planters. So the fix for that is, everybody says, to put stones or rocks in the bottom, which is what I've done. But I realized that there's more that I can do besides that. So I decided that I would go with one of these plastic plant pots with a lot of holes at the bottom. So then I can put my plant in here with my soil, put it in here, put it in the plant pot, into the plant pot, and then I should get enough drainage. The plus of that would be too that I can actually take this out of the plant pot, put it in the sink, add a little bit of water, let it drain a bit before I put it back in here so that it doesn't get too wet and soggy in the plant pot. The reason it needs to drain is because if it doesn't drain properly, the roots will get all rotted and it just wouldn't be a nice thing, and the leaves at the bottom and stuff just wouldn't work. They will get brown, and there's a potential for the plant to die. So that's what I'm going to do now. Is I have some soil. I managed to get a little bag of soil, and I'm going to put soil in here, and then I'm going to put my herbs. Now I have 3 herbs. I waited too long to get herbs, so I only have 3. I wanted 4 because I have 4 plants. I'll look for another one, but I wanted to get this started because I really want to start, having my herbs. So I'm going to put this into this pot, and I'll get back with you. So bear with me. This is trial and error. So I'm going to put the pot in nicely in the stones, and then I'm going to just add. Actually, I think I should add my plant first, and then add the soil around it. So this is my rosemary plant, and I'm just going to take this out with the soil that it's got, and I am going to, it's a little messy. That's one of the reasons I don't really like to do too much gardening, but one's got to eat. And so I take it out, and all of you gardeners, if I'm not doing it right, just forgive me. Send me a comment, tell me what to do. So I got it out, and I am putting it into the plant pot. I know I have to break up the roots a little bit, and then I am going to add some of my soil here. Looks like nice rich soil into the plant pot. It smells so good. So this is my rosemary plant. I put the soil in, I packed it in nicely, and then I watered it a bit so that it will have, so that the soil will be nice and moist. And then now I can place this back up on the pot rack. Then on to my next one. Now what I realized with the first one is I was trying to put it into the plant pot and then put the soil in, and that was just making a mess inside the plant pot, which I don't want to do. So now what I've decided is I'm just gonna take the plant out and put it in the plant pot right now, and then I will in fact add the soil on here before I actually just gonna open up the root system a little bit. So I'm gonna plop it in. I'm gonna add some soil, and then I'm gonna add my water. So now I've planted this cilantro over into the pot, and there were some that were a little bit, they were getting a little yellow, so I cut those off. So we'll give the plant a greater ability to hopefully thrive. I don't have a green thumb, I'm just hoping that this works. And yeah, so then I'm just going to put this up so I have my second plant done. Okay, so this is the last herb that I'm going to do today. If I find another one during the week, I will add that to my my pot rack. And this is my basil that I've done. I've had them already. I just bought them like a few days ago. I've already used some of all of them. I've used the basil, I've used the parsley, and I have used the rosemary, and it's so lovely. So I am going to really try this experiment to see if it works, if I can actually grow herbs in my kitchen. That would be amazing for me. And I'm just going to put this up on the rack, and then you can see what they all look like. So I did actually make sure that I centered the plastic pot in the stone so that it stays pretty good, and it doesn't, wouldn't like sort of like topple over or whatever. So that's pretty good. And of course, because I had them for like a few days, I did sort of prune it a little bit, taking out the dead leaves if there were any, or cutting off the ones that were sort of getting too leggy, as they say, going in some other direction from what I wanted. And that's it. So I'm going to put this up. So now they're all done. I just need to clean up my area and I am good to go. So I have my rosemary herb here. I have my parsley over here, and right over there I have the basil, which I'm trying to think which is my favorite. I'm not sure. It'll be between the basil and the rosemary. I think it's the basil. And what I would like to get is mint. So that's, or chive. So that's what I'm going to be looking for, one or the other, so I can put it into that last pot. And thanks for watching. I know some of you are probably really good, prolific gardeners, and you're like, what is she doing? But this is my first foray into this kind of thing, especially with a pot that has no hole. And so I'm going to see if this experiment of putting it into an inner pot with holes and letting it drain onto the stones, if that will work, and if my plants will grow in that sort of environment. So thanks for watching. See you next time.